The right is an emotional state right now, and and yesterday I noticed someone sent it to me. This woman that I'm friends with, Zerlina Maxwell, who's kind of like a young pundit,
Yeah,
writer
Zerlina's a
type.
friend.
Yeah,
I like Zerlina a lot.
But she said something. I actually didn't see the she was on Hannity or something, defending against the premise that the best way to handle rape is for every woman to pack a gun. So it's already just like this completely ludicrous premise. And then you get these people tweeting at her first saying you're such a moron for opposing women having guns. I guess you want more rape. And then of course that turns into, I mean, really just the most vile, despicable, disgusting.
I'm sure there were, because she's African American. I'm sure there was racism in there too.
And I mean, and you look at this, and it's just like, it's like the asylum has been turned over to the inmates, and it's really disturbing.
That's exactly right. And they're stupid because they choose to be stupid. When you choose to reject science, when you erect a whole museum an hour south of me. By the way, if you guys ever want to go for an awesome party, fly out here to Cincinnati. We'll drive down to the Creation Museum in northern Kentucky.
I like
it's probably where Rand Paul was actually created, and we can all we can all relive the way people lived in the 1850s when in the late 19th century when Wyatt Earp rode Brachiosaurus saddleback into the OK Corral. And people got to live on, and fly on singing dinosaurs and everything else the Bible said that we know only happened a few hundred years ago because the Earth's only about 6,000 years old.
Right.
When you choose to be stupid, you end up being stupid. It's not that all these people start off being dumb. They choose to be ignorant. Marco Rubio
at least
wants
under
to be
Rand
dumb.
Paul, we could go to the Creation Museum high.
Say that again, I'm sorry?
I said at least under Rand Paul, we could be high when we go to the Creation Museum.
That's true. So there is that. And that may be a justification for why he believes some of the things he believes. I mean, if you can get high often enough, which I'm not, by the way, deriding, it can be enjoyable. But in any case...
Well, Rand Paul's a mean stoner.
Yeah,
he's the opposite of Jimmy Reefer Cake. He is the exact inverse.
If Rand Paul's stoned, he's the guy coming by and stealing things off of your lawn and throwing that. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what he is. No, that's the sort of the important point in all of this. So when you get to something that Zerlina was talking about, like they assume as fact that if you have, it's already an assumed fact because they don't believe in science and statistics and things, crazy stuff like that, that if you have a gun on you, you're more likely to be safe, which is, I don't know. You could look at a study from, I think it was 2009 from the University of Pennsylvania School of Epidemiology, Harvard School of Public Health, and looking at personal injury studies, Emory University School of Medicine, and Johns Hopkins School of Public Policy, and they'll all show you the same thing, which is if you have a gun on you, it is more likely to be used against you. If you have a gun in your house, it is more likely to be used against you, or one of your family members is more likely to accidentally shoot themselves or use it to commit suicide. Those are just facts. You can't argue with them. Now, if we want to say you have a constitutional right to have a gun in your house, which the Supreme Court has said, then you can choose to do that. But you can't choose to have your own facts. If you want to have a gun in your house to protect yourself, a handgun or a rifle or a shotgun or something of that sort, you can. But statistically, you are more likely to die because of that gun than you are to kill somebody who breaks into your house, which, by the way, is non-existent. Another, I think it was, I'm trying to think it was the Atlantic Monthly or had a great piece on how the chance of somebody in a violent episode breaking into your house, I think they broke down all these numbers, they had it at 0.23%. So again, knowing that if you want to have a gun in your house, be my guest, but understand that people who watch Sean Hannity don't get to change the facts and say you're more likely to be safe, or if you're walking around, in the street with a gun, packing a gun to protect yourself, you're more likely to be safe from a rape because you're not.
There's also
more likely that gun will be turned on you by your rapist, and that's just fact.
There's also something to the fact that not only they're attacking her for the gun issue, but the fact that they find teaching men not to rape as laughable.
Right.
I think this just feeds into their view that all rape is violent, and if a violent criminal comes at you, all the teachings in the world isn't going to teach someone who's coming at you to violently rape not to rape you, because men and who are husbands and fathers and boyfriends, they never rape, because if you're going out with one of them, it's assumed you must give them sex, and
that's such a fantastic point, because of course statistically most rapes are date rapes.
That's right.
And are done by somebody you know. And so actually having a gun makes it more likely to happen because quite often that if it's especially somebody committing domestic abuse or something else will turn that gun on you.
So what do these guys expect? Like you go out on a date and like you sit down for dinner and the girl just sort of like puts her purse and her, Glock on the table.
Yep, exactly. You got to set the terms of that date very early on.
Right.
You get your AR-15 on the table, and I think it's all clear.
No, I mean, I have to say, like, I know all of this stuff, and, we kind of see it regularly, but to have, I know kind of abstractly, whoever it's aimed at, it's horrific, but to see this, person that I am, in fact, friends with, I mean, it was just so despicable, and exactly what Matt said. Also, it was just really disgusting. I want to get to a final thing here.
It's despicable, it's disgusting, and again, they're stupid. They're ignorant.
Right,
They choose to be ignorant.
Incredibly stupid. I mean, that's their whole tagline was "America's laughing at you, Zerlina," and I actually wrote, "America's laughing and disgusted by you effing morons," was how my sort of
Which America
started.
would that be? Would that be the 92% of America that supports background checks, or the 75% that support an assault weapons ban?
Or the
which America is it that's on their side?
Right, exactly. So we'll get into this.
The founding fathers' America.
The founding.
That's right, man. The founding fathers, because they knew that tyranny and the government would come and get us, and evil and
the founding fathers knew that one day a black guy would become president, and we would need to do something about it.
Because you know what, dude? It's liberty.
Right.
That's all I got for you. It's all about liberty.